Coming up on Flat Food Diaries.
How is he gonna know? I'm about to give up. What's going on?
This has never happened before.
If I did that in a restaurant, I would be branded. Maybe I fucked it, actually.
Can I call you a proper chef?
I'm not trying to hate here, but I was like, I need to make the best dish that anyone has made on this show. Okay, you know what? I'll just tell you what it is.
Hi, I'm Jay. Welcome to Flat Food Diaries Season 3. It's a show where I go to my friends' flats and they cook food for me. This episode, we're going to be visiting my friend Atanu. He's a multinational food enthusiast. He grew up in India. He grew up in the US, in Germany. He's lived in a lot of places. I don't really know what he's going to cook for us, but we have our ingredients list here, as always. So let's go. Starting out with 500 grams of yellow onions. That's the first time I've ever received onions in grams. Well, they have a nice selection of potatoes here. He specifically requested, he said, mehlig kochende, which I guess is like floury potatoes. Sada, do you know what that means?
I think it's what you said.
I don't know.
Mehlig.
Oh damn! Wait, this is so many. No. But what if we just find potatoes that look like those potatoes? How is he gonna know? Like these ones kind of look like those ones. You know what I mean? I just don't want to carry 2.5 kilos worth of potatoes. I'm just gonna take this. Well, I hope that he doesn't mind. Carrots, 5 large. What's the equivalent to 5 large carrots? Is probably 7 medium-sized carrots. We'll go with that. I'm not the best at carrot math. 7. Now, tomatoes, canned tomato. Oh, but we also want wine. Red wine from Burgundy. He doesn't mean the color. I'm guessing it's a place. Burgundy. I guess I need a red wine that's cheap. Burgundy. I didn't know that you can get so specific with cooking wines. Bordeaux? Bro, it's all in French. I'm about to give up. Wine for gastronomic adventures. This kind of sounds like it would be a good bet. The cooking wine is from France. Maybe I'm just gonna take this one. What? It's like kind of obnoxious. Okay. But it might be what we need. I don't know. Like, I can't find the right fucking one. We are also looking for a kind of meat. He said he wants lardon, which is a term I have never heard before. I found that it's Bauchspeck. It means like stomach bacon? Something like that? Looks like something we would find around here. Oh, this is giving me flashbacks. Can you help us? We can't find the meat that you're looking for. Oh no. I mean, where else would it be? This is the fucking meat section. That's not good at all. Bauchspeck. Cream and whole milk. This is cream, but it's plant cream. Oh, shit. Bauchspeck. You said 250 grams. This is 300. Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, they have Laffy Taffies. Oh my god, I haven't seen these in years. It's an American. Whoa, we're in the American candy section. Wait. Whoa! What's going on? They have nerd ropes. They have warheads. Oh my god, wait. That's so crazy. This is Fruit Loop cereal straws. That is so disgusting, so American. Wow. I want to get him something. Maybe he'll like Mike and Ike's. I'm gonna get him these. I can't believe I just bought Mike and Ike's in Germany. That's insane. Okay. I'm confused because it says vegan there, but all of the shit over there was vegan. So, is this a vegan Edeka? Bauchspeck? Looks like something we would find around here. Stomach, this was 300. Okay, cool. Bacon? Nice. You said, bro, we just bought some meat, and I was like, is this a vegan Edeka? Oh my god. Here we are. I've really never heard of this before. Zeus, like sweet butter, Zeus butter, but sounds nice. We need 1 can of tomatoes and Coke Zero upon request. I'm gonna get a local Fritz Cola for myself. 1 can of tomatoes. He said with no peel. I mean, I would imagine they're no peel. Can of tomatoes like this, maybe? Tomatoes. Coke Zero. That's it. That's crazy, the music. Wait, can we do a show?
Wait.
Is it funny or no? Which floor? Oh, hey. How's it going?
I always fail to tell people what floor I'm on.
That's okay.
I just gotta pop out tonight. Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a super long time.
Yeah. Welcome to my home.
Oh my god, beautiful. Because some of the ingredients, I was like, I don't know if this is
And
right.
I have to be honest, I have almost everything already.
Okay.
But there are some episodes that I saw
Yeah.
where you were like, how does like beef have a bone in it
Yeah.
or something? And I'm like, okay. She might get the wrong things. And I'm not trying to hate here. I just wanted to be prepared for the worst.
Wow, this has never happened before.
Yeah.
I've never had somebody be like, this girl doesn't know what she's talking about. I'm gonna cut out her work for her.
But this is all the stuff I'm using in this dish is like stuff that I buy on like a regular rotation.
Yeah,
so it's not like I bought it a little bit because of the cooking, but at the same time, like even if we don't use it, like I'm gonna use it in like the next 3 days. This dish that I'm gonna make, which I'll reveal to you, it's not really where I'm from. Okay, you know what? I'll just tell you what it is.
Yeah.
It's coq au vin.
Okay.
Which is a French dish. I'm not French, don't speak a word. But you asked me to do something that's like authentic to my style of cooking.
Yeah, totally.
And this is like chicken in like a very savory, heavy sauce with like incredibly buttery mashed potatoes.
Okay. Nice.
So yeah, this is like something that I really, really love to make, basically.
Okay, cool. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Onions. We have milk.
Amazing.
We
you
got-
got like really good quality milk too.
Yeah. I definitely
Spare no
do that.
expense.
Here's where the failure comes in. This is actually like an insane wine.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any of what you were asking.
The general official recipe for coq au vin, because it's like a dish from Burgundy, so just traditionally like a wine from that region is used. I could not tell you the difference between the wines.
Okay, awesome.
And
What I have instead is a wine for gastronomic adventures.
that's what we're gonna have today.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And I also got us, because you also grew up in
Yeah.
the US, I found Mike and Ike's at Edeka. At the
I've seen this before as well. Like I don't know if you have this feeling, but like when you go to the American section in stores and
Yeah.
it's literally just trash candy.
Yeah.
I find that really, really or like neon cheese.
Right.
Like the cheese spreads.
Yeah.
Which is like no one has in the US.
No.
Like, but yeah, I'm excited to try it. This can be part of our dessert. I
Yeah,
suppose.
totally.
Shall we get started?
Let's get started.
With the food. I will show you what I've done already, which is I've marinated an insane amount of chicken in the aforementioned wine. So to be honest, we don't actually really need the wine that you got, but normally you drink wine with this dish.
Okay,
So yeah, we can definitely have some wine. Well, let's get started with prepping everything. So this is what I do to make sure that like the cutting board doesn't
slide.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, interesting. Okay,
It's-
something that I'm really excited about in this episode is like can I call you a proper chef?
No, I'm not trained in any way, but I did
Okay.
work. I did work in a restaurant. I wouldn't really compare myself with someone who does it professionally.
Okay, sure.
But as a home cook, I'm very passionate about it and I'm very knowledgeable. I think maybe a home cook wouldn't know the difference between like a julienne or like a brunoise or something, whereas
Certainly
I
not.
had to do.
Yeah.
What you can do, what you can help me with, is I'm going to give you a plate, and are you comfortable touching raw chicken?
Yep. No,
You said that with a bit of hesitation.
I am. Well, I am, and I've learned a lot through the show that I
Yeah?
am. Yes.
Okay, because you don't.
No, I would love to touch raw chicken. I would love it. I would love it so much.
Doing this show is like huge character development for me because I could not handle being in a kitchen with someone else for a very long period of time.
Same. But I think it's nice for me when it's somebody else's dish.
Yeah.
If it's my dish and like I'm cooking it and I'm like watching somebody else fuck it up in a way that I wouldn't, it's like I get a little not very nice.
Yeah. I used to have straight up problems with it. I've kind of adopted this philosophy that like I don't think it's worth ever getting mad at other people for it. And if it requires like cruelty to other people for like the art to be good, then I don't think it's ever worth it. I got that because like a lot of kind of like the Michelin star restaurants are like really, really fucked up in their practice. When I worked in a restaurant, I didn't really eat properly besides for a family meal. So I worked in this like kind of Catalan modernist restaurant and we cured our like hams in-house.
Whoa.
And we had to like cut them to like a very specific thickness.
Yeah, totally.
And if it was too thick or too thin, we couldn't serve it to guests. So what I would do is I would always cut them a bit too thick or too thin, like once in a while. So I would have to throw it away, and then instead of throwing it away, I would eat it.
Smart.
And that was like a bulk of my diet.
Okay. Oh god. And was it like a more fine dining sort of place, or was it pretty?
It was fine dining. It was like a Michelin star, very hoity-toity.
Okay, I see.
They had tasting menus there, and it was like 350 euros. Like, what was this, like 7 years ago or something?
Oh shit! So now
expensive.
It's like crazy.
Shut up. So the dish we're making right now, coq au vin, is like, it's really interesting to me because it's essentially a peasant dish. But it's been conceived to be this kind of like fancy dish, as all French things seem to be.
Yeah.
Coq obviously means like a male, like a rooster.
Okay.
But we're using like normal chicken from a hen. And the reason this dish exists is because in like the French countryside, sometimes they needed to cook a rooster down, and they're generally like tougher birds and they take a much longer time to cook. So this dish was invented as a way to like help braise chicken over long periods of time using like wine they had locally to make it palatable. And now it's this like kind of fancy dish that people make.
So what is the purpose of putting the chicken in the wine?
Well, it used to be done as a way to kind of help, first of all, to preserve it. Like, because acid and salt always helps preserve things. And on top of that, acids help to tenderize meat proteins. I mean, I don't think they really knew that. They just knew that if we put something acidic, it makes it softer. But now we know that acids do indeed
and how long
meats.
do people usually leave it in there for?
I think like maximum a day.
Okay.
Before it starts to kind of dissolve.
Get weird, yeah.
You know, like American style fried chicken, which is something I was considering making.
Really?
Because that's something that I love. It's like my love language dish, and I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
And when I lived in the other house at the VG, our stove didn't work, and I also lived with like 5 other people, so like it was just difficult to cook in there. Yeah. Every time I made it at that apartment, it always came out raw because the fucking stove turned off halfway through. I kind of got scared of making it. And I was really scared of making it today because I'm like, oh my god, I cannot make a dish on camera and have it turn out raw.
Especially chicken.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
And like, because my friends know me as someone who like loves to cook and like takes pride in like making food good.
Yeah.
They give me a lot of shit for the raw chicken. Like every time, like, hey, I made some like chicken curry. You want it? And they'll be like, oh, is it raw? And I'm like, oh, fucking hell! Like it was one time.
And what can I help with? I feel like
Yeah, I left the mushrooms over there. What you can do is you can wash them, and you can put them in this bowl over here. Kind of made me have like a nationality existential crisis.
Well, to be honest, I felt really bad that I kind of just assumed that you were gonna cook Indian food.
So the thing is, like, if the kind of criteria for this episode was that you wanted like something that's authentic to the way I cook at home, I do like making Indian food, but I very rarely make it.
Yeah.
Because it's never, ever, ever as good as my mom's. It's always off. It wouldn't have been like authentic to the way that I actually make food.
Yeah.
Whereas this is literally what I like a couple times a month.
Tell me, can you tell me a bit more about the composition of this dish? Like cock,
So cock
cock,
au vin.
cock au vin.
Yeah, so, which means chicken in wine.
Okay.
Take these potatoes and on each side, like on the top and bottom, do like a little X. So that'll make it easier to peel later.
Whoa. Wait. I wash.
Yeah, you wash. By the way, celery does not go in this traditionally.
Okay.
So French people, if you're watching, I don't care. I'm gonna add it anyways. I don't know if you can see, for example, like these are not uniform cuts at all.
And we don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Love it.
If I did that in a restaurant, I
Yeah.
would be like branded and like
Oh, God.
fucking, punished.
Nobody will punish you here. You are safe in your own home.
Yeah.
Okay. Potatoes are potato. Yeah.
Nice. Then what you can do is I'm gonna give you a time. You can put the potatoes in here, and you could have just put the. I don't know why I dirtied this.
What can I do? Wait, so I put water in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Keep pouring it. I'm gonna tell you when to stop. Way more.
Oh my god. Okay.
What would you say your favorite like cuisine is? If I had to point a gun to your head.
Oh.
What's your favorite cuisine? What we're gonna do first is we're gonna render the fat from this. So essentially, we're gonna have like this really yummy combination of the pork fat, butter, like the bacon fat, butter, and olive oil.
Okay.
And then we're gonna braise the chicken in that. This is the wine that the chicken's been marinating in.
Okay. Chicken wine.
Yeah, and it's filled with like garlic and thyme and onion powder and garlic powder and all that stuff.
Of course.
You're doing great. The only thing is like, I really wanted to tell this to you. Like, sometimes when you watch videos and you wish you could go in and tell someone something.
Totally.
So it's much better to hold a knife
Oh yeah.
like this.
Uh-huh.
Just because, first of all, it's way less likely to slip.
Yeah.
And like you control like the cuts a lot better.
Actually, like
Yeah.
I learned this in a YouTube video and then
Yeah.
completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
But the idea is really quick. Can you show the camera?
Yeah, your
Sorry.
thumb here, your index finger kind of pinching it like so.
Uh-huh.
And that way it's just like you can guide the blade very precisely. And when you cut, you should always
I know, I
Yeah.
suck at that. It's like impossible for me. I don't know why. We're learning things
Yeah.
for once. Wow.
What we're doing now is we're just searing the chicken skin side down.
Okay.
And so like, I love this part because it's basically like wine-soaked chicken cooking in like bacon
Oh
and
my
butter
god,
and olive oil.
amazing.
Not a health food, but. Oh, you got it? Yeah. See, I'm hungry.
Fair.
So now what you can do is you can crush them.
Ooh, that looks so satisfying.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do this all day. This is nice. Wait, what is my purpose here again? Besides just to squish them.
Sorry. Just the vibes. Yeah.
Okay, vibes. Okay, I can totally take care of the vibes.
Actually, like most of what I eat is like chicken and veggies. I don't know if we're gonna include this, but some of my friends call me Chicken Hitler because like the amount of chickens I fucking eat is fucking
It's a
ridiculous.
massacre. I
It's a
see.
massacre, Yeah. I'm gonna preheat the oven now.
Uh-huh.
Because I just decided I want to make something else
Okay.
as well. On top of this, so I want to make just like some green beans alongside everything, just to have a bit of like the fresh component.
Cool.
Or like vegetables and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
I remember you having like roots in Asia as well.
Yeah, my mom is Chinese.
Chinese.
I grew up in the US entirely, but I would go back to China like as a kid every year.
Which part of China?
Shenyang. It's like the northeast,
Okay.
like by the head of the chicken. You know?
Yeah.
But my mom is like not a good cook, and she cooked like just very vaguely Chinese recipes.
Yeah.
But I ate a lot of Chinese food, but I also have a soft spot for like American Chinese food.
Dude, have you tried Baba Chu?
No, but it's on my list.
It's an American-style Chinese restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And I find it really interesting because people think of food or cuisine as like this monolithic thing, whereas like food is constantly evolving. Like for instance, Indian food, you would think of tandoori chicken, for instance. That's considered very Indian, but tandoor itself is like from Uzbekistan, like the
Oh,
cooking
really?
method.
Uh-huh.
And the reason it exists in India is because of like of the Mughals coming to India. So it's like, okay, what is authentically Indian then, or what is authentically British, what is authentically Italian? Okay. Oh my god, I am running out of pepper.
Dun dun dun.
I would like you to put salt
Uh-huh.
into here, like the salt from here.
Okay. How full should it be? All the way full?
That way they can-
Whoa. Wow. Okay, so I have to ask, like, is this a tool that is a little bit pretentious? Yeah, all right, we have the onions in, we have the celery. What happens next? We're adding...
We're adding the carrots, so now we're just adding the vegetables.
Yeah.
We're letting that get a little bit of color. So like while we've been cooking this whole thing, there's been like a layer, like a fond, like developing at the bottom from like the chicken and the bacon and stuff. So eventually we're gonna add a bit of flour and butter to create the roux, and then we just combine everything together.
Okay, sweet.
It's called a bouquet garni. So
Okay.
that's like essentially it's like a herb packet.
Okay.
I don't know what it literally translates to. So that's the thyme. And then we would also get some flat-leafed parsley. But you just basically tie it together using butcher's twine.
Cool.
Once we're done cooking, we can just pull it out as one whole thing.
So it's kind of like a tea bag.
I was telling you guys about how I buy like 8 whole chickens at a time. And the reason for that is because I make a lot of my own stock. It's way cheaper to buy your own chicken and then like butcher
Yeah,
it and
totally.
then all that stuff. And what I do is I make stock and I freeze it into these little homemade stock cubes, which is what we're gonna be using in that.
That's so cool.
That's smelling lovely.
Nice.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the mushrooms. Can you do me a favor and
Yes.
add the salt and pepper?
Yes, I would love to. Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wait.
Press some hard. Yeah.
That's
More.
good. More?
Yeah. That's fine.
Sweet. I love that, to be
Yeah.
honest. I
Right?
absolutely love that. Yeah, totally worth it. Yeah, I'm glad the roles aren't reversed here.
This is a roux. So this is a. I don't know if you've ever seen this before.
I've seen it on like people in Louisiana cooking.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
They like it's required for like jambalaya. For in Louisiana, they do a really dark roux for their cuisine. See, like just going back to the topic earlier of like how people shit talk American food.
Yeah.
Is like like you look at like Creole cuisine or like Cajun cuisine or New York style like Italian food. I think it's all like so diverse and beautiful. Now we're like layering the pieces. The bacon bits, veggies, tomatoes, and then the chicken, of course. I was thinking, hey, I'm forgetting something, and I forgot the wine, which is the name of the dish.
Wow.
We're gonna let this come to a boil, or not a boil, a simmer. Then we're gonna put it in the oven. When I was invited to be a guest on the show, made me thought I was like, I need to make the best dish that anyone has made on this show so far.
I think that you got a good chance at that for sure.
Have you watched the Ukrainian episode?
I haven't watched the Ukrainian
Because
episode.
they're also competitive, and
Yeah.
they were like, we won. I won.
You won. You win. You won the show. Not a competition show, by the way.
It's amazing that it can go in the oven.
So now we're boiling the potatoes.
Yes.
Now the next thing to do is to blanch the beans. And so we're just gonna boil them for maybe a minute and a half. I'm just gonna put these green beans in the salad spinner just to take out all the excess moisture off of them.
Do you ever get scared of graters?
No.
Oh.
Maybe if I'm like going real fast, always try to make sure to slow down with the graters.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So now we got this. We're just gonna wait for the potatoes to be done.
Now I know where the term hot potato comes from.
So now we're just kind of like gently cooking everything. We're not really trying to make anything fancy here. I'm gonna add a spoon of Dijon mustard.
Yeah. The whole half?
No, like. Now it's my favorite part of the cooking experience. It's ricer time. More stable ground sticks here would be good. You put some potatoes in, and then you can go like this. And then the potatoes should ideally just.
Whoa.
Are they coming through?
Yeah, that's so sick.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm what are these people that churn butter? The
Yeah.
Amish? I feel Amish.
You've never felt Amish before?
No, have you?
I don't recall, but maybe, I don't know. I'm a very techie guy.
Uh-huh.
I feel like this is missing a
Yeah, that would make sense, something there.
Oh, haha. Cool. Okay.
Whoa, game changer. Not so Amish anymore. This is gonna become a workout at some point.
You know what? I'm kind of getting nervous about something. Just because like the last few times I've done it this way, the potatoes became a bit more gluey than I wanted.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So what I want to try to switch to is the ricer.
Yeah.
That way I get to show off both tools. Look at all the potato tools I have.
Oh, you're a gadget guy.
I'm a gadget
You
guy,
have a
yeah.
lot of gadgets.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, you don't even know. Yeah. Your intuition is correct.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So now we're gonna put that on the heat with all this
Ooh.
butter.
Wow. The ratio is like,
It should be around like.
wow.
In this, you traditionally use white peppercorns
Uh-huh.
because you don't want to you don't want the black pepper to be
Visible.
visible. Exactly.
Is there a big difference of taste?
It has a more subtle taste. Essentially, white peppercorn is the same thing as black pepper, but just with the outer layer removed. So it's like just a bit more processed.
This is super Amish. We're getting real Amish right now. Can I try a bit?
Yep. I think I may have added too much butter. I think because I felt like we had more potatoes. Guys, I added way too much butter. Maybe I fucked it actually.
It is a little soupy.
What I should have done is I should have not added all the butter at once. In fact, that's something one really shouldn't do. I just got a bit excited thinking I completely nailed the measurements.
Don't worry, that's why we're home cooking and we're not in a restaurant.
I went too crazy.
Is there a way to take butter out? Or like
This is
some
outrageous.
sort of owl situation, perhaps?
Someone asked ChatGPT.
We could try.
We might save this yet.
Add more potatoes or use dairy cream
Add more potatoes. Oh, thanks. Thanks.
or
Stupid AI.
absorb.
Let's have a taste of this butter with a bit of potato in it.
Thoughts?
It's actually not bad. A bit more. Are any of you lactose intolerant? You know what? This turned like consistency wise, it's
Nice. Dude, I think we recovered it.
yeah. Thanks for the idea of like taking it out.
Whoa. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is absolute gold. It smells incredible. Holy shit. I'm so excited right now. Oh yeah.
Shall we now open the wine?
Yeah.
Actually, may I open this wine? Yeah. Sorry, I'm not ready. It's just because it's like
No, you may absolutely open that one. Why?
that one looks absolutely fine. It's just like I've been wanting to get rid of this one for a while. And then finally we add chives. All right, guys.
Oh my god.
We're ready.
This looks so legit.
Oh, thank you. Very nice.
Thank you for introducing us to this absolutely insane meal.
Oh, that tastes really nice.
Yeah?
It tastes really nice.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Mm.
Holy shit. I don't know what you were stressing about with the potatoes. They're incredible. Dude, the pork belly
Mm-hmm.
and the potatoes and, I mean, the sauce, everything.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's actually insane.
I became like almost like a French chef. Like I was like with more butter than you think. And then I paid the consequences.
But you didn't.
Yeah.
It's
No, we fixed it. But
we fixed it, absolutely. Thank you for cooking this insane fucking meal. Dare I say, perhaps the best meal that we've had on the show. Perhaps. Yeah, the wine with the chicken is...
yeah.
That's what it's called. Wine and chicken. I got it. It makes sense. Coq au vin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheers to chicken and wine.
Looking back on that meal right now is making my mouth water, and it was definitely worth the frankly enormous effort that it took to make. I think this is definitely one of the more complex dishes we've done on the show, but it was really cool to be able to learn so much about cooking and food history from Atanu. My biggest takeaway from this episode is that home cooking can look very different for a lot of people, and there's no limits to the quality of a home-cooked meal if you're willing to put in the work.